Have you ever considered that just maybe your love life is not God's priority right now? Right now. And I'm going to tell you something. Do you know how much emotional agony that you're going to go through trying to pursue something out of the timeline? Like, that means if this is not in God's will right now, this timeline that you're in, and you're somebody that's, serial dating, like you're trying to meet the one, you're praying for the one, you're trying to manifest the one, just to find out that this is nowhere near the time that it's going to happen. So that means everyone that you meet is not the person. Do you know how much trauma you're going through right now? This is why I want to teach people about prophecy. Prophecy helps you with timeline, okay? And I'm going to tell you something that what makes me think about that. It reminds me of when I used to do music when I was in school. So, I would spend hours on MySpace promoting my music, emailing DJs, writing people. I mean, hard. I mean, prayer, writing it down. I mean, God, help me, please help. No, like the same thing what you do when it comes to meeting the, right one. Okay. That's how I was about music. Like, yes, I have to get that. So, but just to realize I was nowhere near that. I haven't even become yet, meaning I wasn't even who I am now. So nowhere near it, no, that timeline, nothing. Now, however, you going through all of these different experiences with people, I mean, yes, it will help you, gain more wisdom and knowledge. But all I'm saying is, do you really think you got to go through 27 people just to learn? That's all I'm saying. And prophecy is so good because, like I said, it helps you with timeline. That's how I keep up with my life now. That matters. Like, that's like, for an example, let's go with it. 30,000 people right now in America, right? 30,000 people, let's say they looking for love. All of them. And 30,000 people are these people right now in their life, they're nowhere near that. Like, this situation doesn't take place yet. This event doesn't happen yet. Do you know how many 30,000 people are out of their timeline pursuing something that's nowhere near that? So you know what? Now these 30,000 people are meeting each other. And that's why people are being hurt or unalive. Because it's people that's out of their timeline pursuing things. Like, that's dangerous when I was just having this thought. You know how much agony I went through trying to pursue music, trying to connect with this person, trying to do that, trying to make things happen in my own strength. Do you know how much emotional agony I went through? Staying on the computer day and night, bro. Wouldn't go to sleep. I'm on MySpace. In other words, what I learned from that is this is not yet your hour for that. So no matter how much you cry and beg, no matter how much you try to fast about it, you can't manipulate the situation. God ain't gonna bring it, you know what I'm saying? No faster. It's not gonna do it because there is so much more that you're gonna go through. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just thought about that and I'm just like, this might not even be God's priority for you right now. Your season right now could be some type of healing or, some type of dealing with your patience, whatever it is. For me, it was about development and growth. For me, during that time, it was more so learning about myself and who I was and what I had to offer. Because a lot of times you're looking for the prize in somebody else, and yet you're the prize. And that's just keeping it real. Because had I not kept on my path, my spiritual journey, I wouldn't have gotten to this part. I would have never came to catch them diamonds like that. I would have never came to Nation Inspiration because I was seeing, the prize in everybody else. This person can help me. This person is going to be the one that changed the thing for me. If I can just connect with these people, and that's how is with love. If I could just meet this person can love me. We can come together. I can finally feel whole. Nah, man, nah, that ain't how God moves. And I'm telling you, for the average person, it's not going to be like that. But most people think it is. You think being whole means you connect with another person. No, everybody, it ain't no 50-50. It's 100-100. 100. Other words, what I discovered about myself is that I saw everybody else the prize except for myself. You see what I'm saying? I didn't even see myself as that. I thought everybody else had what I needed. You see what I mean? But I had what I needed the whole time. I had my own thing. You see what I mean? And we don't see that about ourselves. We're always pursuing others for something. But a lot of times you have it within yourself. And like I said, 30,000 people trying to pursue love right now. And let's just say 30,000 people, you're not in that timeline. Like, this is not even going to take place. So that means 30,000 people are going through different, traumas and, domestic violence relationships right now, because it's not going to work. You see what I mean? It's not going to work. Prophecy is so good. And I'm going to tell you something, like, it got to a point where I stopped focusing on music, obviously. And I just, stayed on my spiritual journey. Allowed God to, develop me and show me more about who I was, stuff like that. And, instilling things in me that I need. So this is like right now. Today, this was already predestined for me to come talk to you about this, because I experienced that just to sit here and tell you about this right now in your life. So now, I ain't even think about music no more, right? Years. I moved on from that job, working, elevating, stuff like that, starting from ground zero. Just for God to turn around and give me prophecy, talking about, oh, yep, by the way, putting you back in music. That's my actual prophecy. I'm like, oh, so now you want to put me in music when I ain't think about it no more, right? But a lot of times it be things that we idle, man, and it's gonna hurt you, because it's like you don't have to idle this, like, which especially with love. A lot of people don't feel validated unless they arm to arm with somebody, and that's just it's not good for you. It's not good for you. It is better to become whole, to be solid. And now let's just say if I never did music, never put out nothing, I wouldn't care, because it doesn't have that hold on me no more. A lot of things that have that hold on you, you desperate for it, and that's your identity. And some people, marriage is your identity. You got to have it, and you because you're not getting it, you feel left out. You feel hurt. Well, I won't live, God. I won't do nothing if you don't bless me. And I get it. It ain't gonna make it come no quicker. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Maybe that's not God's priority for you, and so it's probably best that you seek God about what season that you're in, so that you don't try to continue to pursue something that's not going to happen right now. I'm telling you, it's going to leave you defeated and drained. I've experienced that. That's how I know. Come on. This is the reason why I've been trying to give more people understanding through spirituality and not religion, because religion don't teach this type of things in church. Like, I'm not saying all, pastors, but the majority, because if it did, then most people, believers, would not be so stuck and confused and feeling hurt and left out, feeling like you're left out. And God, I don't know what to do. I don't know my purpose. I don't know where because they don't teach these type of things. I got this one-on-one with God and being connected to a prophet, which is my spiritual advisor, my spiritual father and mother. That's how I learned this in my own personal experience. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now God prophesying to me. Like, I started having dreams about music and people trying to sign me and, wanting, like, I knew that was coming back up. But like I said, sometimes we pursuing things out of season, and that's a real thing. And a lot of churches don't talk about that. That's why I don't really care for religion. Like, the religion organization, they don't go deep enough. Spirituality is where it's at, and I don't care what nobody say. I'm telling you from my experience, because you cannot connect with God without it. That we connect with God through the Spirit, and timelines matter. When you read the Bible, timelines, just like when the Messiah done the first miracle, Jesus, you got just like Joseph when he went through the hardship. But guess what? Timeline came when he was in the years of like they had the famine, and then they had the years of the prosperity. He came into his elevation. Timeline matters. Prophecy matters, like the timing of things when it's going to take place. Just like right now, what I'm doing, this was prophesied. Kid you not. This is before you met me. I was working at the grocery store, and that's where God established me, working on this job, building up my character. There's so much more that, I don't want to go to too many details, but that's where, when I met my spiritual advisor, that's the one that prophesied God is going to give you a job and it's going to change your life. Not because of the monies. It was because it was building me up, because I had not had that. Being out, communicating with people, seeing more about who I am, and, developing that leadership, mentality, everything is what brought me to sit here and talk to you, catch them diamonds. It matters. Timeline matters. So I was like, yo, all those times I was so frustrated about this and that, I would, no matter what I prayed, it didn't matter timeline. That's just the point of this video. Like, the question is, where you at? Do you know where you are right now in life? Like, do you know your season? Do you know what's happening for you? That's very important, because I'm telling you, people will come along in your life. They'll find something to get you caught up in. I'm telling you, catch them diamonds. Because when you don't understand what's happening in your life, anybody come into your life, you will allow people to have access to you and mess up your whole life. I mean, hey, you out here doing all type of stuff. Now you done married somebody you shouldn't have married. Now you having kids with people that you wish you would have never had kids with. That's a real thing. And those are real regrets that a lot of people live. Let's just keep it real. Okay? Let's keep it real. That's what's happening. So when my spiritual father was prophesying to me before, when it concerning relationship, he was telling me that God said he does not want you to be pregnant. He does not want you to do this right now. Because these were all my natural thoughts too. Because that's all they push in society. Y'all talk about people pushing agendas. They always pushing agendas for women to be pregnant, in my opinion. That's facts. But God's telling me no. So that's society always pushing that agenda, and they use Bible scriptures. Meanwhile, God is saying, hey, tell her I said, don't worry about having no babies right now. That is a real prophecy. I done played that on a video. I have every recording of my prophecies when I used to go to my meetings. Okay? Every recording since I was 23 years old. That's over decades. 15, 16, 17 years. Okay? This is how I stay in alignment. So when people come in my life trying to speak stuff, I know it's not accurate. So when somebody come in my life trying to say, you my God said you my wife, I think absolutely not, because I know where I am. And see, when you don't know where you are, you will follow anybody. yeah. Catch them diamonds. You will follow anybody. But because I'm a woman who know where I am, and I already know God says, nope, that's not what I want right now. Leave that alone. You got some more healing to do. Then I'll connect you. I know where I am. So that means I won't just follow anybody. Catch them diamonds.